What is going on, folks? In today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you how to trade for pretty much anything you want on the Facebook Marketplace.
Coming to Mountain, you're watching the Uncle Mike YouTube channel. Stick around.
So when we moved back to Arizona from Alabama, I had two of these toolboxes fully loaded out with tools, pretty much identical boxes. So I asked my brother-in-law, they have a Yukon that's been sitting for a little while. I said, hey, do you want to trade that toolbox for the Yukon since you guys don't use it anymore? He said, yeah. So that worked out for me. I just finally went and picked it up. I just haven't had the time. And now I went and got it. Little drive, scoop up this unit, come out. So now I've got a 2003 Yukon 4-wheel drive. It's a, what do you call it? Barn doors in the back. I had a Suburban like this. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Got the barn doors. I wish they still made them like that. It is such a nice feature. Anyways, let's get into it. This John needs tires. These tires, I mean, like I said, it's just been sitting. So the tires are junk. See the cracking, tread cracking. Tires are junk. The rims, they were nice rims at one point. But like I said, it's just been sitting outside. So the rims don't look that good. They're sun faded. They wash, they clean up. But I'm not worried about doing none of that. You take all that oxidation off. They look good. Not worried about it. I traded the stock 3rd gen wheels off of this truck for these stock 5th gen wheels for a guy. He said, oh, I really like those 17s. Not enough meat on the 20s. I said, okay. So I went from 1735s to 2035s, and I think it still looks fine. So this Tahoe has 35,000 miles on these tires. They're still in great shape. Great tread left on them. There's really nothing wrong with them. One of them is new, and one of them doesn't have the same amount of mileage. That's because I had a nail go through a sidewall, took out the tire. I got on the marketplace last night. It's obviously easier to get rid of a vehicle with nice wheels and tires. Wheels really don't matter, but if you got a brand new set of tires on it, people love it because that's one expense they don't have to come out of pocket right up front when you buy a vehicle. So, fast forward to last night, I found a set, 2023. That was actually from my buddy. He's taking them off. He had got wheels and tires for his Silverado. Brand new takeoffs, 500 miles on them. 18-inch wheel. It's a 265/65 18. Exactly what's on this unit. I'm going to take those because there's 500 miles on them. And I'm going to put them on my Tahoe. I'm going to put the tires that are on my Tahoe on these wheels, and then these wheels on my Yukon. Get it all swapped around, and then we're going to get in there and hunt on the marketplace for something to trade that Yukon for. I also traded a dirt bike for this buggy. Not a bad deal. For a dirt bike for this dune buggy, you really can't pass things up like that. They come around. You just got to be on top of the marketplace. You hunt. If you're on it, I mean, I'm on it every single day. Looking. You never know what you're going to need. And you never know what people are willing to trade for. That's the biggest thing. You shoot your shot. I've probably sent out thousands of messages, maybe get 50 replies. But that's how I find these deals. It's just very simple. Hey, are you interested in trade for this item? You give them the full list, the pictures. They say no thank you. Hey, thanks for your time. You be polite, you be courteous, and you just keep messaging people. You'll find a deal. What do I look for when I'm going for a trade? I look for anything that I want or anything that I think I could make money off of. It really depends. If there's a niche market right now, people are looking for, let's say people are looking for campers, looking for certain campers. Well, I'll look for those certain campers too. And then you find someone, hey, I'm selling this camper. Kids have grown up. We don't use it anymore. Yada, yada, yada. Hey, I see you got kids that are grown up. Do they need a vehicle? I'll trade you a vehicle for that camper. There's deals. It's all about working the deals. That's what I do. So I'm going to get this thing ready. I'll show you guys just a little quick vacuum out, maybe oil change. Should be ready to rip. And then we're going to hunt the marketplace and see if we can find us a trade. And I am going to prep this Yukon and get it ready to trade. So I am going to do just a little bit of stuff. Like I said, get the new wheels on it, take it over, get the wheels put on it. And then I've got the stuff to change the oil. So we'll get it so it's pretty much ready for a new buyer. That way all they got to do is take it and go register it. And they're in a 4-wheel drive Yukon, ready to rip. New tires are on the Tahoe. And the Tahoe tires are on the new Yukon wheels. Just need to go and swap them over. Gonna do an oil change on this thing really quick, and then I'm gonna crack into that one, do all the maintenance on it, oil change, new tires, and oil pressure sensor. So when I loaded that on the trailer last night, didn't have an issue. I put a new battery in it, thing fired right up. Well, when I started it when I got here, because I didn't travel with it. I didn't want to drive on those tires, it's too dangerous. So I just put it on the trailer, hauled it over here, then unloaded it. Well, when I fired it up to unload it, I got low oil pressure, and then it was 0, 60, 0, 60, or 40, whatever the middle is on that gauge. 0, just to the middle. It was back and forth, and then it would just go to 0, high side, middle, high side, middle. So new pressure sensor, it'll be good to go. 8 quarts down the gullet. I'll go ahead and jump over onto that Yukon. I got the wheels on. Everything looks nice, real sharp looking. But there was a little bit of a noise that I thought was a idler pulley. You can see some fluid down here. The water pump. I'm pretty sure the back of the water pump on these LSs, they got a pressed in. You can't see it, but it blew water everywhere in here. And I'm pretty sure the back of the water pump came separated from the actual housing itself, and all the coolant dumped out. I just backed it out and was driving it back and forth here in front of the house. But we'll get a new water pump in there and clean her up a little bit more, and then we're gonna start looking for something to trade it for. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get this water pump replaced. It's had non-distilled water in it at some point. You can see how it failed here. See all that play? That's ridiculous. But got the hoses loose. Just unpin the rad shroud here. Pull the upper fan shroud. Finish pulling this thing off. Try not to break it. Got it loose, you take it out. Good deal. I don't know how good you can hear this out in the wind, but oh yeah, you can hear that. Junk. Dumpster bait, throw it in the trash. I reused the tensioner pulley, brand new thermostat, and you can see down there I took the AC belt off, got brand new belts. I figured, might as well just throw new belts on it. Good selling point. Also, some of these things you don't really want to get a lot of money wrapped into, but I just would hate to sell it to somebody and then them have a problem with it. It's about karma, and I try not to do anyone wrong because I wouldn't want no one to do me wrong. That oil pressure sensor, got a little bit of an exhaust leak on her. Got the oil pressure back up in there, nice and good. Just got to put the radio back in it, and the bezel. It's all back here, so easy day. In the process of dumping some oil down this thing's gullet. I was hoping to only do an oil change, but now we are up to a battery, oil change, serpentine belt, AC belt, water pump, thermostat, oil pressure sensor. What else? I think that's it. 8 things, 7 or 8 things. Well, anyways, she's a good runner. AC works great. We're just getting her cleaned up, ready for her new owner. So I listed that Yukon after about 3 weeks of me messaging people, hey, do you want to trade for this? Do you want to trade for that? I was messaging people everywhere from small commuter cars, dirt bikes, Harleys, dual sport motorcycles, adventure bikes, fishing boats, campers. I mean, you name it. I was messaging people left and right, trying to find something, looking for a little deal, 3 weeks went by. I just felt like I had hit a wall. I was looking at stuff. People were saying yes, they wanted to trade, and everything I was looking at was junk. So I went ahead and posted it for sale. And within 2 days, somebody offered me full price on what I was asking. So I took it, and we decided we were going to use that money to buy a camper that's the next trade process we're going here is with the camper. So let me get into that. So I know I said something about trading this Yukon for something. Well, I posted it for trade or for sale, and it sold like that. So what I was trying to trade it for was a fifth wheel toy hauler or a Class A motorhome diesel pusher or something like that. Nothing too crazy, anything in the $10,000 range or less cash on my end. I mean, I'm not a fool here. I mean, I know that thing's not worth an arm and a leg, but it's worth enough. So anyways, after scouring the web for probably 2-3 days, I located a toy hauler, and I'm going to see about picking it up. It is 6 hours away from me, so it's quite the drive. I just stopped, had to use the restroom, and now we're on the road again. Hang on. So I'm up here parked on the side of I-80. I'm in Sacramento. This is heading towards Reno right there, I think. I don't really know. Anyways, drove all the way out here 6 hours to buy this thing. This screaming deal. I've been looking, and I finally found one. Original owner, clean title. Can't beat it, man. Not for the price I paid. Ain't nothing touch it for the price I paid. I'll get in here probably once I get home and show you guys this thing a little more. Needs the awning replaced. And just some minor things, but I stayed here in the Camping World parking lot last night. Picked up a case of water, got my clothes, my boots, and dirty clothes. She's ready to rip. I'll give you guys a little tour or once I get back to the house. I get the heck out of here. So I don't have a key to lock it. Landfill. New RV mattress up there. Just a nice toy hauler. Back lays down. It's got a drop bed. Bunch of storage space. Sink. Got a reefer on it. Here's that new bed. Looking pretty good. Toilet. Good little camper. We'll use it until I find something else to get rid of it for.